In the fast-paced world of business, managing working capital is akin to conducting a complex symphony. It's a delicate balance of cash flow, inventory, receivables, and payables that can make or break a company's financial health. Working capital, the lifeblood of any business, represents the difference between a company's current assets and current liabilities. It's the fuel that keeps the engine of daily operations running smoothly, but managing this vital resource is far from simple. Strategies for effective working capital management. Let's delve into the strategies that successful businesses employ to effectively manage their working capital. At its core, efficient working capital management is about optimizing the use of current assets and liabilities to ensure the company has sufficient cash flow to meet its short-term obligations and operational needs. One of the primary strategies in working capital management is maintaining an optimal cash conversion cycle. This cycle represents the time it takes for a company to convert its investments in inventory and other resources into cash flows from sales. The shorter this cycle, the more efficient the company's working capital management. Key components of working capital. To achieve this, companies must focus on three key areas: inventory management, accounts receivable, and accounts payable. Each of these components plays a crucial role in the working capital equation. Inventory management. Starting with inventory management, businesses must strike a balance between having enough stock to meet customer demand and avoiding excess inventory that ties up capital. Too much inventory can lead to increased storage costs and the risk of obsolescence, while too little can result in lost sales and dissatisfied customers. Advanced inventory management techniques, such as just-in-time inventory systems, can help companies optimize their stock levels. These systems use real-time data and predictive analytics to ensure that inventory is ordered and received precisely when it's needed, minimizing carrying costs while maintaining adequate supply. Accounts receivable. Moving on to accounts receivable, the goal is to collect payment from customers as quickly as possible without damaging customer relationships. Effective strategies in this area include offering early payment discounts, implementing strict credit policies, and using efficient invoicing systems. Some companies are turning to innovative technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning to predict customer payment behavior and optimize their collection strategies. These tools can analyze vast amounts of data to identify patterns and suggest the most effective approaches for each customer. Accounts payable. On the flip side of the coin, managing accounts payable involves strategically timing payments to suppliers. While it may be tempting to delay payments to conserve cash, this approach can strain supplier relationships and potentially lead to higher costs in the long run. Instead, companies should aim to negotiate favorable payment terms with suppliers and take advantage of early payment discounts when possible. Cash flow management. Cash flow management is another critical aspect of working capital management. It involves forecasting and tracking the inflows and outflows of cash to ensure the company always has sufficient liquidity to meet its obligations. Sophisticated cash flow forecasting models can help businesses anticipate potential cash shortages or surpluses, allowing them to take proactive measures. This might involve accelerating collections, negotiating extended payment terms with suppliers, or arranging short-term financing to bridge temporary gaps. The role of technology in working capital management. In today's digital age, technology plays an increasingly important role in working capital management. Enterprise resource planning, ERP, systems provide real-time visibility into all aspects of working capital, from inventory levels to customer payments and supplier invoices. These systems can automate many aspects of working capital management, reducing human error and freeing up finance teams to focus on more strategic tasks. For instance, automated inventory management systems can trigger reorder points based on real-time sales data, ensuring optimal stock levels are maintained without manual intervention. Similarly, automated invoicing and payment systems can streamline the accounts receivable process, reducing the time it takes to convert sales into cash. On the accounts payable side, these systems can help companies take advantage of early payment discounts by automatically scheduling payments at the optimal time. Big data and analytics. But technology isn't just about automation. Big data analytics is revolutionizing the way companies approach working capital management. By analyzing vast amounts of historical and real-time data, businesses can gain insights into trends and patterns that would be impossible to discern manually. For example, predictive analytics can help companies anticipate changes in customer demand, allowing them to adjust inventory levels proactively. It can also identify customers who are likely to pay late, enabling the company to take preventive measures. The human element. However, while technology can greatly enhance working capital management, it's not a panacea. Human judgment and expertise remain crucial in interpreting data, making strategic decisions, and managing relationships with customers and suppliers. External factors affecting working capital. Another important consideration in working capital management is the impact of external factors. Economic conditions, industry trends, and even geopolitical events can all affect a company's working capital needs. For instance, during economic downturns, customers may take longer to pay, requiring companies to have larger cash reserves or access to additional financing. Seasonal fluctuations in demand can also significantly impact working capital needs. Retailers, for example, often need to build up inventory in anticipation of the holiday shopping season, requiring careful planning and potentially short-term financing to manage the increased working capital requirements. A holistic approach to working capital management. To navigate these challenges, many companies are adopting a more holistic approach to working capital management. This involves looking beyond the finance department and considering how decisions in other areas of the business impact working capital. For instance, the sales team's credit policies directly affect accounts receivable, while the procurement team's negotiation of payment terms impacts accounts payable. By fostering collaboration between departments and aligning incentives around working capital goals, companies can achieve more effective working capital management. Some companies are even extending this collaborative approach beyond their own organizations, working closely with suppliers and customers to optimize the entire supply chain's working capital. This might involve supply chain financing arrangements or collaborative forecasting to reduce inventory levels across the supply chain. Industry-specific considerations. It's also worth noting that different industries may require different approaches to working capital management. A manufacturing company with high inventory levels will face different challenges than a service-based business with minimal inventory but potentially longer payment cycles. Moreover, a company's stage in its life cycle can also influence its working capital needs. Startups and high-growth companies often require more working capital to fund their expansion, while mature companies may focus more on optimizing their existing working capital. Future trends in working capital management. As we look to the future, several trends are likely to shape the landscape of working capital management. The continued digitization of business processes will provide even greater visibility and control over working capital. Blockchain technology, for instance, has the potential to revolutionize supply chain finance, providing secure, transparent, and near-instantaneous transactions. Artificial intelligence and machine learning will become increasingly sophisticated, offering even more accurate predictions and automated decision-making in areas like inventory management and credit control. The growing focus on sustainability is also likely to impact working capital management. Companies may need to consider the environmental and social impacts of their inventory management and supplier payment practices, potentially leading to new approaches that balance financial efficiency with sustainability goals. Effective working capital management, combining strategic thinking and technology, optimizes inventory, accelerates collections, manages payables, and maintains cash flow. Holistic collaboration improves efficiency. Mastering it positions companies for success in a digital future.